Hello everyone, welcome to a new kind of a program that we've launched with IT Learn. This is a combination of a certified training program along with a job placement. So I'm going to quickly walk you through what this is all about in the next few slides, and then I'll start taking questions. So if you have any questions in the meanwhile, please keep it handy. Keep it ready for me to get to the Q&A session towards a little later in the program, please. So here's the brief agenda of what we're going to be doing today. We're going to talk about IT Learn and what we do about our training programs. We're going to talk about what is expected from a typical QA or software testing engineer in the industry. I'm going to give you a brief overview about AnyAuth. AnyAuth is a new automation framework that we are developing within IT Learn or Verkasa Inc. And this is being done by many of our students who've been getting trained by us over a period of time. We're going to talk about the training program, which is a certification based program. Who is going to be a certified AnyAuth developer and an AnyAuth certified tester? How do they qualify for it? And finally, we're going to talk about the job placement initiatives. At the end, I will talk to you for the first time in IT Learn about the pricing very openly and how it's going to play up with you with your overall goal. So this specific slide team is about IT Learn. As you can see, it's got a few pictures and images, and the fact that we have really covered the area of software testing significantly in terms of grooming the skills globally is what we're showing here. Be it Selenium or HP tools like QTP or UFT or Quality Center, which is now the ALM, mobile app testing, ISTQB, web services testing, security testing, performance, and so on. This is what we primarily focus at IT Learn team. We have very honored to look at over 8 million views on our overall YouTube plus the IT Learn portal, and this is an amazing feat that we have achieved, and thanks to all of you, each of you who have contributed to this success. In fact, this whole agenda of why we are here today talking is because of the fact that we've got so much popularity in the market today, team. So let me quickly show you my YouTube channel, which has actually picked up so well in the recent few years. So we've got about 33,000 subscribers on this single YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/qtpelearn. We've got about 6.2 million views, and it has been growing since then. Lot of our videos, and in fact some of our videos have really crossed the mark of let me show you most popular, 500,000 views each almost, and they're really getting popular by the day. The main reason that people have really liked us is the approach of our teaching, where QTP, Selenium, these kind of software automation testing tools have been a scare for many IT engineers across the globe. Our job and duty has been to make it very easy, at the same time extremely interesting to learn. And that is the reason we have such a large kind of a community supporting us overall. So let's talk about what does the industry expect from a QA engineer, a quality assurance engineer. They want you to know the QA testing process and the knowledge in that area in a very nice manner. You need to know the SDLC, STLC life cycle and how a QA engineer contributes overall to the success of any software project. Wherever development goes, testing can never be in the same, can never be left alone. For example, at Atomic 77, which is my other organization that I work with, we have recently hired two full-time testers to test every development activity that we do when we build mobile apps, when we do web apps, workflows, and so on. Test management tools like HP application lifecycle management, ALM, JIRA, Bugzilla. These come very handy when we are a QA engineer. How effectively are we able to manage what we do and so on. These simple skills like MS Office, PowerPoint, Word doc, Excel sheets, HTML as a core programming or a scripting language for the web, and the basic skills that are required to be able to do the query driven programming or databases is very critical. Domain and functional knowledge is the other thing, team, that each of us need to obtain either over a period of time or as a manner of training that gives us a different edge altogether when we go and test. The simple reason I focus a lot on domain and functional knowledge is the fact that you can go in with a tool skill as to how you're going to use a specific tool to make things happen. But if you do not have the expertise that is required from a domain or functional perspective, then it's still going to be extremely challenging for you to be a tester, someone who can really understand the functionality of an application and work with it. And that's the reason this is a very important area. If you notice the next few lines, I'm going to put it into more of a red color because we miss this team. We miss really focusing on this for two reasons. I'll tell you why we miss it. One is the fact that you believe that you can get a job when, for example, let's say a organization like Microsoft or Google or Facebook or even an organization like TCS or Infosys or Tech Mahindra, they post a job that they require a QA engineer, and you have learned the first 4 points that I showed you, that yes, this is good skill. You've developed the functionality area or domain area, you've got the test management tools, you've got the expertise on the overall software test software testing life cycle. But then for each job position that they post, you've got about 100 competitors with you. And then we have a very hard time in choosing the right candidate. That is when we go into looking at who has an edge over the others. You will all come in the same salary bracket. You all will have similar kind of work experience, but some of you may have a better edge over the others. And the next few red lines is what I'm going to talk about the edge. My duty is to teach you and to make you a master in some of these skills. That is my absolute duty. That is why I'm a trainer today. And for those of you who are not aware, my name is Karthik. And if you even search for Karthik eLearn or Karthik QTP, Karthik Selenium, you'll find all the videos that I've been doing, all the programs that I've been doing for the last 6 years. Training is not an easy job, team. It's a very, very specialized skill. My ability for which I've become successful, and I'm very thankful to the God Almighty and each of you is the fact that I could deliver my message in a very, very clear manner that you can understand, you can groom your skill, and you can build your career on. The first thing that I really want to focus on in terms of the advanced things that you need to do today in today's market is the fact that what you need to learn more. What is it that you require? So functional test automation tools like Selenium or HPQTP, UFT, this is very critical. For those of you who think that, oh, it's a kind of a nightmare to begin with, just start watching some of our free video contents on our website. You will understand how easy we try and make the whole process. The next one is all about automation frameworks team. Automation frameworks is kind of a buzzword in the market. In today's market team, I am very proud to be a leader in this space. And I very rarely boast about myself or what I do in the market. But be it HP as an organization, Hewlett Packard, which owns QTP, or UFT, which has taken it over from Mercury Interactive earlier, or ThoughtWorks have personally referred me that Karthik Kosireddy is the guy to go to when it comes to automation frameworks, complex automation frameworks. I've been approached by the actual lab which develops load runner, and the gentleman there has been saying that you've developed a framework for HPQTP, can you do the same for load runner? I've been referred by people at ThoughtWorks. The ThoughtWorks is the company behind Selenium as a tool, who said that, you know what, if you want to do migration from QTP to Selenium for a very large organization, go talk to Karthik, he will advise you. Once again, I really hate to boast about myself, but if I do not do that, I'm actually doing injustice. A lot of times students come to me and say, Karthik, why don't you market yourself? Why don't you sell yourself? Why don't you really picture yourself? There's so many smaller training companies, trainers coming globally that I don't need one or two big competitors to kill IT learn. All I need is 100 to 200 smaller ones who take 1-2 students away from me. So it is my absolute duty to position it correctly. If I'm not confident about something, I will not present it to you team. That's it. Automation frameworks is an amazing skill and I will make you a master at it. That's primarily what we've been doing for the last 7-8 years at IT Learn. The other thing that we introduced about maybe 3 years back is live projects experience. Live projects experience is something amazing team. For you, it is important to talk about what you do in your project, what did you achieve, how did you execute it, and so on. Live training, when it comes to, we talk all about how to learn something, what should you learn. When it comes to live project, I stop talking and you start talking. You start presenting and showing what you have done in the recent 2 days, 3 days, and so on. And I collaborate you along with a team, and that team combinedly presents as to the progress of a project. The live project by itself has become a kind of a mega success for us. When I say mega success, I don't mean from a monetary side. There's no question that we at IT Learn overall have been really glad. It's paid out very well when we do our training. We've got almost 20,000 trainers, 20,000 trainees globally. About 80% of them are from the US alone. So that's a huge success team financially as well. But for each of the people who have taken the live projects, the whole paradigm shift happened. They have immensely improved their presentation skills, their confidence, their hands-on experience on what they've learned, and they can do a cakewalk in any interview. Because the biggest thing or the most popular question that you'll get asked in an interview is, so what did you do in this project? That's the fundamentally biggest question that gets asked anytime. That's a landmark question. This live project keeps on focusing and drilling you on that. So what did you do? When you start talking about the project that you did, that is when you are able to express and show how you could produce such an amazing effort, and that is the skill that interviews are looking for. The reason we are able to do the real projects or the lifetime or the live projects is because of Atomic 77, where I am a partner team. Can you all see my website, Atomic 77 thing? I'm assuming yes. I'm just taking a quick pause to make sure that you're all with me, please. So out here is where we come up with some kind of an amazing innovations and technologies, and we develop a lot of applications, be it in the web space, mobile space, native apps, and we also do a lot of brand building exercise for projects. Sorry, team, and for clients. So it talks a lot about who we are, and what we do. At Atomic 77, we are honored to get projects worldwide, globally, with different kind of portfolios and domains. And that gives us that ability to kind of, scale up and make sure that we produce the right quality. Before we introduce these applications to the market, we need to get it tested. While we've hired 2 full-time QA engineers within our office in Hyderabad, India, and in fact, I'm right now sitting in Hyderabad and delivering this message to you all. We seek the assistance of more qualified people for automation and manual testing to make sure our products, our deliveries that are coming out are doing well. So these kind of skills are very important, team, that we need to develop, and the live projects really help. Let me take a quick look at if everyone is on sync. Any questions so far, please? Where is my questions and answers? Q&A. I think it's here. No. Oh, now we got it. All right. So specific questions, I'm going to take it a little later, please. So let's keep the whole conversation relevant to what we're doing. All right. Back to the PowerPoint. So I spent a good quality time yesterday in collating all this information, and I'm going to quickly breeze through some of the slides now. The next thing that we require is a certification which is recognized by the industry. It is not easy, team, be it ISTQB certification or a HP certification and so on, be it recognized overall. So how do we create a certification that the industry recognizes? It's not easy. I can't go and say, hey, you know what, IT Learn certified tester, okay, go get it. We have to become popular. We have to develop some kind of mechanism that shows a weightage, a valuation for the certification. So we're going to talk about that. So what we did is we developed AnyAuth. AnyAuth is the short form for any automation or any application automation. A simplest way that we could combine a series of hybrid frameworks into one. We developed this using Selenium WebDriver and core Java. So for those of you who do not understand what is software test automation, or you don't know what are these frameworks, you're at the right place, because this is what we're going to groom you in. This is the specialization that you're going to get. We, as a team of about 50 automation engineers over the globe, majority of them in US, the second most popular country that comes to us is between India and UK. Over 8 weeks, we developed one application. That was one goal, AnyAuth, and an amazing team. For the first time, I felt so overwhelmed with the kind of productivity the kind of output that the team was doing, that I'm zapped, that I myself feel I am a part of the team, not a leader of the team. The team has been really amazing. And I know some of you are in this session, and a sincere thanks and very gratefulness for you to really develop ENIOT. It's a very complex project that we have developed, but you've done amazingly well, team. Thank you so much, each of you. So it took a lot of effort, but the whole intent has been how easy is it for the end user. End user is a software test engineer working at a Fortune 10 company or a Fortune 500 company or at a startup. End user is a simple developer or a business user at these organizations who can learn, build and maintain even though they don't have the technical skills in automation. They don't need to know core Java. They don't need to know Selenium WebDriver. Sorry team, give me 1 second. Yeah, a little kind of setback on my health that I've been going through in the recent few days. Hopefully I should be fine. But nothing in life gives me more kick than training, grooming. End of the day, I forget. When I'm doing the teaching, I forget every other pain in my life and I just go about talking. And I'm glad that, uh, audience has accepted that very well as well. So anyhow, I'm trying to give you an overview of what it is. It's very fast. It's gonna be executing things in a super simple, quick manner. It'll also help us to do parallel test runs with Selenium Grid. It'll do cross-platform on multiple OSs. It'll do cross-browser testing and so on. Very similar to what we talk about when we mention Selenium, but we've kind of made it more easier to implement, to maintain, to run, and to actually learn to get started to work with. Finally, we've kind of developed amazing dashboards and reports that let us drill down and see where the defects are coming from. So the way the ENIOT works is we start with a test setup. So we go about entering the information that the application, its respective modules and the modules respective test cases require into the test setup. We talk about what is it that the user will look into and how do we go about testing it. So it's user stories or what we call as use cases, which are converted into test scenarios or test cases, each of them having what is the user going to perform, where they're going to click on, how are they going to type, what is they going to put. Everything is put in the test setup section. Then we have something called as a run setup. Once we have a test setup, we then say that the user has an option to choose what they want to execute. Because today I have an application which has 1,000 test cases. As of now, I want to run only 500 out of it. Tomorrow, I want to run 653. So there's kind of a paradigm in terms of how we go about what we want to run. So that choice as to what we want to execute now is the run setup. And then we have the actual execution of the test. And this is where the execution happens, be it parallel, multiple browsers and so on. And that is the test run. And the final component of ENIOT as a overall tool is test results team. So what's about ENIOT? A few more slides that will give you a quick overview. This whole session that I'm doing is very focused towards ENIOT. ENIOT is any automation once again. It is a framework that we've been developing and it's gonna be hopefully open source for a very long time. We want the market to capture it. We want the market to understand and use it. And we want you to be an expert at it. So when you go in to an interview, you can all say that I'm an ENIOT certified professional, be it a developer or tester. So this specific image talks about different details that we enter in ENIOT, be it for the application under test, a module, a test case, a test step, along with keywords, element identification, test data, and so on. And then we build up kind of a library with high level keywords, element maps or object maps that we call, and the test data. Here is the kind of layout of how the results will be shown at the end of the execution. And what I'm showing to your team is not futuristic, is currently what is available, uh, done by our amazing team at Selenium Live Training and Project at IT Learn. So the team has really spent effort and they have innovated this kind of a project. So we've come up with some amazing reports that show at the eventual execution of the test as to how many tests have we run, how many have passed, how many failed, when did we start, when did we end, and what kind of a high level overview in the first diagram here. And then, sorry team, this is bad. Sorry. And then we have a drill down dashboard which gives us what happened at each step level, at each user execution, what would have happened, along with screenshots. In this specific slide, I didn't show the screenshot of the application itself, but that's what we kind of put into. All right, certified training program team. So what is the certified training program that I want to introduce? I want to start with the QA basics, fundamentals, ground up. I never believed in it, honestly. I believe straight off, let's go to QTP, let's go to Selenium, because that's what is needed. But it's good to always have your fundamentals, the foundation of what are the QA basics. This is what I'm going to do in the certified training program. I want to teach you the skills that absolutely is needed for today's testing world. Even if one of you, any of you, go into the market anywhere across the globe and tell me that Karthik, what you're teaching is not relevant to a software testing world, I will accept it. I will refund your total money back. I will guarantee this to you. I am being talked within the leadership of the software testing community. The only reason I've not come into the limelight is I've shied away from it. I've personally taken a decision that I don't want to be part of that rat race there. People have been taking my name, and in fact, I don't know, team, how many of you have it. This is the first time I'm very aggressive in boasting about myself. Very aggressive. They're taking my videos as demos to show to students, to convince them to join to their training program, and then saying that, oh, you know what, Karthik is currently not available. This is tragedy. This is what the industry does. I live very strongly by my ethics, my skill, and my performance. And I have started the whole training with a simple purpose of earning a little side income apart from my regular full-time job as a part-time job. But this has scaled up. Why? Because people have started appreciating what I do, how I do it. And that is what I really am glad about. So I am sure that this is the program that will work for you. You get a chance to participate in all our live trainings along with the video library that you have. That is how we build your program team. So it is not going to be all live. So this program that I'm talking about currently in today's session is not all going to be live. So don't come back tomorrow to me and say, Karthik, when is the next live session starting and so on. Very simple, team. I will tell you what to do. You have to do it. Doesn't matter. I will exactly give you instructions. I will tell you, you know what, wake up at 3 a.m., do this. You have to do it. There's no question. Run for a mile. You have to do it. You have to follow your guru. You have to follow your instructor. A trainer, a teacher, a guru is very important in your life. Once you get the right one, you will be successful. There's no question. All right. I will tell you how to go about it. You have to go with me in the flow. I will do a lot of live trainings, but at the same time, I'll ask you to watch videos that are relevant for your learning. You will go about doing it. You need to be in a learning stage and taking instructions, and I'll make sure that the skill develops. You will participate in real-time live projects, and here is where your skill will come. Here is where you will get criticized. Real-time live projects team, I have a story to tell you. Maybe about a couple of years back, I don't know if Manoj is there in this. There were two of our members in the real-time live projects. They broke up. They were crying in the session, saying, Karthik, why are you so critical? Why do you give so hard feedback? It's okay, it's just a spelling error, small mistakes. Why are you being so fierce about it? I said, that is my duty as a trainer. It is my duty if I do not push you. If I am not building you solidly in a very strong manner that is required for the industry, I'm doing injustice. I don't feel great about someone who's faceless for me, nameless for me, that I cannot see, cannot interact, to just randomly give a bad feedback. Live projects is the only time where you can experience everything real time and you will still not get fired. You won't get fired from the project or from the job, but you will get the complete exposure. And I will be the devil out there. I'm glad to be the devil. So are my trainers, Manoj, Mahesh, Seshu, everyone. We will give you critical remarks. Why? We want to sharpen you. Always remember this one kind of a caption team. The toughest steel comes from the hottest furnace. And these live projects are the hottest furnace. We will also talk about how we go about Selenium, mastering Selenium WebDriver in core Java. This is a cakewalk. Don't worry about it. This is absolutely cakewalk. You can be someone who's absolutely beginning to even mathematics, who don't know ABCs of maths, who are not very comfortable in programming, very new to IT industry, no bachelor of engineering or computer science, does not matter. You come to me with a fresh mind, I will groom you, I will train you across. This 6 point is very important, team. Selenium WebDriver, Core Java, the first 5 points anyone will teach you across the industry. Maybe they have different teaching skills, maybe they have better pricing, I don't care about that. The 6th one is the reason we are here today. I will teach you how AnyAuth has been built as a framework at a code level. Why we did this, why we did that. We will do a detailed code walkthrough so you can understand what it is. That will make you either an AnyAuth certified developer or a tester. There are two different roles that we're coming up with. And that is the one that I really want to position for you. Here's the quick example of who is an AnyAuth certified developer versus tester. Developer is very simple, team. They are an expert at everything. But at the same time, I realize that a lot of people cannot start with a huge jump in their career. They will start slowly and they'll build up. So I have two roles defined. One is a tester, one is a developer. So if you look at the left side, where I talked about the skills, the basic fundamentals of automation, the 101 ground rules of automation, both are amazing at. When it comes to Selenium WebDriver, the tester is at a medium level because we don't want them to master that right away. They will eventually, but not needed right away. Core Java, again, the tester is at a medium level because we don't expect them to be awesome programmers. Their duty is different. Automation test suite preparation. Here is where things will start going in the way we want to be in terms of how. Test suite preparation is what? Writing the test suites, test cases or user stories, test steps, element identification like XPath or using ID, name, CSS, link text and so on when it comes to Selenium, or even putting the test data that is needed for the execution. So that preparation is what is one of the skill set for a tester. They can sit down, they can understand how the format is and start putting in information there. Next one is AnyAuth framework customization. This is basically a client comes and says, hey, you know what, Karthik, I like AnyAuth. Can you please implement it for my project out here? Lot of times we come with a baggage of tools and skills that we have, but we have to go and customize it for the client. We have to make code level changes. So here is where, or the only section that I've kind of put a low for a tester. We don't expect you to be a coding expert. We don't expect you to have the ability to go and make changes immediately. But both of these roles are critical. So the certification program that I'm talking about is to develop your skill either as a developer or tester. Already out of the 50 people that we have many developers and testers, and some of them are actively participating. About 12 or 13 of the members are actively participating today with me in developing and progressing this NEOT framework. We are kind of building it up to the next level. NEOT framework implementation, which is the second last one, is when we go to the customer site and we customize it and we have to implement it, where we write test cases, all these user stories and so on. That is where both of them will do well. Maintenance is an ongoing activity, the last part. We keep on maintaining what we have and so on. All right, team. So placements. I have maybe, how much time do I have? 15 minutes. And I also have a Q&A. Quick question, 1 second, please. Shruti, do we have a session with after this? That's by. Okay, so can you call, make sure I'm running late by 10 minutes, please? Thank you. Sorry, team. I just want to make sure that we have 10 additional minutes for Q&A. You know, when I prepare the slides, I don't really prepare for the amount of time I explain my life, my experiences. So I just go about delivering, and sometimes I just get dragged into it. All right, team. So here's what it's going to be. Verkasa Inc. How many of you know what's Verkasa Inc.? Who does not know what is Verkasa Inc.? In fact, you know what? I asked this question to my employees overall, that if you know the answer, do not answer. Because I want others to kind of experiment and see what is it that I'm trying to say. Okay. Verkasa Inc. is my incorporation that I've set up in the United States. I live out of Los Angeles. My wife, my kids are there, and I work from there, but I visit India about 3-4 times every year because I also have business out here. When I say business, it's all my startups team. There's nothing that I've been born with. There's nothing that I've been inherited with. Whatever I am today, with my God's blessing and my parents' blessings, I have kind of built it on my own. I'm very proud about it. Every single penny I've worked for was real hard-earned money. So I've set up multiple businesses. I have an industry in Texas today. I have Atomic 77, Texas Industries, TexasCovers.com. Verkasa Inc. is my incorporation through which I'm doing trainings and placements or any kind of project services. So Verkasa Inc. is the main incorporation team. So if you hear the word going forward, that means that you are the candidate that we are kind of seeking to place. So what are the different placement services that we're looking into? We will start with your resume preparation and tips. How do we build something that is killing resume, that someone wants to read through, they get the insight quickly and they want to call you? We will then get into mock interviews, project discussions, like the live projects that will groom you further into it. Communication skills is very critical, guys. This is undoable. You can never go away with it. That, you know what, it's okay, I don't have good communication. A lot of people believe that I cannot change at this juncture. I disagree. I disagree everything as a trainer. I believe that my duty is to train, groom, and kind of change the whole paradigm that we live with. It will not be the same. You will build communication skill. I will push you to it. I will guide you to it. I will make you more focused in this, because one of the biggest things that a successful person worldwide requires is communication. If you have communication, you can live anywhere, you can work anywhere. If you have technical skill, you can do the same. If you have both, you're a killer, awesome, successful person in the world. And I'm glad, very honestly team, I'm both. I'm very hands-on, very technical, and people have also appreciated for my presentation and communication skills. I'm going to guide you on the guidelines on corporate working etiquettes, because a lot of times I keep going to the universities and colleges out here, and I talk to graduates, undergrads, engineering, completing guys and so on, and I see the way they are, There are very, very few stars in a team. The others are not even aware from a working culture. Simple things like when you're walking, this is the simplest example team I'll give you. I went to Netherlands in 2001 for 3 months. I was living in Netherlands, very close to Amsterdam, as part of my first job. When I was living there, that country, the Dutch people showed me what is, being very obedient or being very nice to other humans around us. I came back to Hyderabad after that. So this was when I was in Netherlands at that time, the 9/11 attacks in World Trade Center happened at that time in September. So I was in Netherlands when that happened. So I was watching it live on the news there. So when I came back to India, one of the first gestures that I did, or kind of a token, is I was walking through a corridor. I was about to get to a glass door. There was a lady behind me, maybe about 15 feet, 20 feet behind me. I didn't just walk in and blindly leave the door to close by itself. I kept that door open for the lady. And she was so amazed and so happy for that simple gesture that she's become a very close associate for a long time. I am surprised today that even now this kind of simple etiquette is not followed globally. But then in US, when I went in 2005 and started living there, it is a norm. Even if you're an old man who can hardly open a door, they still hold the door for the next person to walk in, even if they're young and fit. That is the kind of culture we need to develop. It is not about an Indian culture or an American culture or a European culture. It is a human culture. And these etiquettes are very important for you to be recognized because people observe us every second, every time. We need to build this. The reason I'm talking all this team is I'm in a different agenda, different platform. I want to pick about 20, 30 people, maybe 40 people. I want to groom them. I want to really sharpen them. And I want to project them as my team across the globe. You will be working with me. You'll be employed with Varkasa Inc. and I'm going to position you. That's the reason. So I'm going to start with US as a market. India, Australia are lined up. I've got a few partner discussions going on in Australia. One of my family members, in fact, who's been there in Australia for maybe about 15, 20 years so far. And India is my base. So these three markets, yes. Other markets, for example, UK, Canada, Europe, and other New Zealand and so on will come back. In fact, yesterday I was doing the review and we've got about participants from 44, 45 countries team who are watching our videos. This is amazing success for IT and overall. All right, finally, as a job placement, we're going to build your confidence. We're going to position you how you can take telephonic interview, how you're going to do face-to-face interviews and so on. One thing, team, I'll warn you, never ever dare to ask questions to anyone. Just forget it. Leave it out of your dictionary. Can you do a proxy interview for me? We will never ever do anything that is unethical. We will never approach things in this world that is not the right way. We will go in the manner that the God has created. We will do it in the right absolute fashion. All right. So everything will be real. So even, for example, your experience that we will put in your resume, it will not be fake. It will be the real projects that you will go through along with us at IT Learn. All right. But there's one thing that I will mess around with. That's the timeline. If you spend 2 months in a live project with IT Learn, that is equivalent to 2 years in an industry. That I may put, because at the end of the day, I want to position you for success, but I don't want to lie about anything. You've got 2 years experience by working for 2 months in a live project with IT. That is what I want to position. All right. So team, last slide and then Q&A. So course pricing and special offer. This is what I have. I never ever presented a course price ever in the whole thing. So what you get is 1 year unlimited access to everything that I do at IT Learn. I don't want you to ask me that, hey, I don't have access to this, I want to learn that. No, it will be handy. But you will go through a guided tour. I will tell you what to learn, how to do, how to prepare yourself. You will follow only that. Placement services, as I mentioned earlier, I will help you go through all of the services. I'll make sure that as a team, we will do the best for you. You will have access to some of the premium courses, HP, UFT, Selenium, mobile app testing, agile testing, and so on. We will groom you in a very, very efficient manner that the industry requires. We will then maximize your potential to get the jobs and your skill, and you will work through us at different companies. Most of these will require a US or wherever, whichever country you are, a work permit to work there. Secondly, they may want you to work at their facility. As a third option, it could be that they give us the project to Workasa Inc., which is the kind of parent company for itlearn.com, and we can have the ability to execute it from different locations around the globe. It could be work for someone working remotely, for someone who's in a different country altogether, or someone who just wants to work from home. Possibilities are there, but I will not speak about it. Today, I'm saying I will build you, I'll groom you. But if I say stand up, take your flight and go to this place, you should do it. That's it. Take your career decision, focus with me. I am going all in. You come in all in, will be absolutely successful. So what's the price, team? $2,500. Very simple. $2,500. That's what you pay for the entire course, for the program, for the placements, and so on. Always remember, I will always make money when you earn money through my consulting company. So if I place you, if you get $50 per hour as your consulting fees, out of that, maybe I'll get $5 an hour. So those calculations are there. But I've been in the industry very, very, very long time. I've hired thousands of people globally, team. I have managed multi-million dollar projects. And again, as you see, very first time, Karthik is really boasting about this. But if you look at my LinkedIn profile and the kind of projects that I've done, you will understand what kind of an exposure I have, how I've spoken, how I've become an advisor to industry leaders. And I really want to now rock it. So this is my fee, absolutely. But then I know it's not affordable for everyone. So I've just kept till end of this festive season, maybe October 31st, a special discount. Festive 50 is what you have to enter in the promo code section when you check out on this product. The product link is not here. We'll have it sent offline to you, and you'll get 50% off, $12.50. All right. So team, here's the thing. Forget this $12.50. Forget what money you spend. Money you spend, sometimes you don't care even if you lose it. All right. For example, my partner from Texas, he called me yesterday, said the legal lawsuit that we're pursuing on someone, we lost $20,000. We're withdrawing. The money is never there, team. What we withdrew from was the pain. The money is gone. Your effort, your time, what you spend is more critical than anything else. That is very important. So make sure that you decide that Karthik is the guy to go with. ITLN is the company that needs to get you trained, and Workasa Inc. will position you into the job market. That is it. Join us. I will not give any job guarantee. Job guarantee is on you. I will teach, I will train, I will groom. If you do not do the hard work, I will also give you the hard stick. But then you have to wake up. You have to position yourself. You have to do. So forget this job guarantees, this absolutely gimmick words that the industry keeps using. There's nothing like that. They will have to get money either way. I told you the way I'll get my money. It's training and placement. I'll get the money both sides. Money is important, team. There's no question. But at the same time, passion rules over everything else. Team, I'm done. This is it. I hope you all enjoyed the session. I hope I could kind of give you the message of what I'm doing. And now I'm ready for questions. So the best way to ask questions is to start putting them in the chat, and put them in the chat so I can speak it out. If absolutely necessary, I will unmute you, because right now we have over 60-70 participants in the session, so I cannot unmute everyone, team. That's the reason. So let me take questions from the chat first. I'll cover those and then come to the other things. All right, let's see. I'm really new in IT sector, no IT education. How can you build me? Anthony, you're here. Anthony Rodriguez, you are the right place. Don't worry. Anyone who's got no technical skill, knowledge, expertise does not matter. You accept me as your teacher, as your trainer, as your guru. I will guide you. Everyone, 80% of people who come to IT Learn have the same issue. They come because they don't know something. They do not come to us because they know something. All right. So that's absolutely fine. We'll groom you. We'll build you. Madhavi, Takkila Party. Okay. I'm working as a manual QA tester. I have experience on mobile app and web service testing, but I did not have experience on automation. I would like to learn web API and monkey talk or APM testing. Can you provide the training? Madhavi, itlearn.com. If you go, you'll see all the courses. You can opt for the course you want. This program is, you don't even talk. I will tell you what to do. You have to blindly follow. Even if you know manual testing, mobile app testing and so on, I will tell you what you should learn. You must do it. That's it. It's a very, very directive, instructional based training. Then if you have specific tools to learn, skills to learn, look at itlearn.com. You'll find this. If you find the right videos for it, then you can always subscribe. Sindhura Ravela. Hello Sindhura, how are you doing? How much this will help experienced person? So again, I'll tell a classic example. For example, Sindhura. Sindhura is one of the NEOT certified developers. She does not need any more training. Maybe a little bit fine grooming on in terms of resume help and so on. And then I have to do placement services for her. All I have to do, Sindhura, for you is placements. So I have to recognize what visa are you on, what location you are in, and start hunting to find the right opportunity and position you for it. You know, someday I want to really participate in interviews along with my team that I present. That is the level of authority and advisoryship that I want to build with clients eventually. All right, let's see. A lot of questions coming in, team, so I'm going to quickly try and take them one by one. Did I answer questions so far for most of you guys? Okay, so I have, why is it not going up? Course duration. So course duration, yeah, it's a good question. Thanks. Who was that? Bhavani. Is it's going to be about, it's going to be totally over a year, around a year, but the core of what I want to do will be in 3 months, be it building you in specific automation skills and resume preparation, interview setups and all that. It's going to be 3 to 4 months. Ananthi Santanam, do you place people in all states or do you expect people to move? The good thing about QA testing, software testing, is the fact that be it an Oracle company or an SAP company, be it a Java or a C Sharp, Microsoft or Open Technologies and so on, doesn't matter what development to skills they use, it's still gonna use software testing as a base. So your opportunities or maximization of what you could do should be very strong in your local area. But at the same time, I will strongly recommend you to be ready to move at least for 3 to 6 months, but not with a promise to the employer that you will work forever. Always tell, always be very upfront and open, team. Never ever lie. All right. That is fundamentally my policy, my rule, and you will enjoy the success more than someone who's lied through their career and still made it up. All right. You can do a little bit of, soul hunting there, but you cannot lie. So to your question, you don't have to readily move. We will find something in your local. If we cannot, Then we will talk to the employer and say that for the first 3-6 months we will work traveling, telecommuting and so on, and then we'll figure out how we should do it. Make sense? Okay. Other than 50% off, do you have any installment options? Anthony, at the moment, I don't know, but I'll speak with my team. I always believe that you do the right job, money will come to you. So it does not matter. I'll talk to the team and find out how we do something like that. I'm currently a master's student in US. I have previous work experience as QA engineer. How much time do I have to spend each week, or rather how many hours per week? Srikar Sagurti. Okay, Srikar, for this program, I want every member to spend about 2 hours per day. 2 hours dedicated with me, either learning what I'm saying or building up things or practicing and so on. So about 2 hours per day is what is essential. So 2 hours per day, 2 to 3 months is what I'm looking at. So 2 hours per day is about 60 hours in a month. And then 2 to 3 months is between 120 to about 200 hours overall. That's the kind of effort that is required. Hi Karthik, is this course also for a beginner with no work experience? Lakshmi Sridhar. This course is absolutely for beginner. This course is absolutely for advanced. This is not one course team. This is a mega course. It will do everything. But what I'm introducing is two things. Certification on your skill that will get industry recognition. Second thing is that assistance, or I will place you through my organization. Those are the two things that I'm talking about. What is the duration of the training and when does it begin? Nupur, I've kind of answered, so hopefully you got that. Team, lot of people, lot of questions. So I'm going to take a few minutes and try and quickly go through them. I'm working as manual tester. I want to learn automation Selenium. How much you will charge me for this? I will not charge you anything. Guys, come on. Do not, here's the other thing. Do not ask me a question that you already know an answer to. All right? Ask me something that you're not aware or you cannot find. All you need to do, Mohammed, is go to the website itlearn.com, go to the pricing page. Everything is there, plain and clear. There's nothing hidden within us. So why do you ask a question that you can do with the simple clicks? I am going to be very critical on such questions and such kind of a overall appearance team. A lot of people, I'm not pointing anyone right now, but the fact that this training, I am going to be rude. I will be absolutely rude because this is not agreed. Okay, anything that we should do as our duty, we should perform. Despite that, your struggles, there's a guide to help you. All right, so we have to really get there, but absolutely go with the comfort feeling that it's not going to be. Just come with a pure heart, plain heart, and your effort. I will groom you with it. All right. Do I have to relocate in terms of getting a job? Tabassum, I've answered that already. If need be, yes, it is for 3 to 6 months. If not, that's fine. I worked at 4+ years as manual QA UAT tester, being out for over a year for professional reason. Oh, sorry, for personal reason. Desperate to get back to testing. I have limited training with respect to QTP, UFT, ALM. However, I've seen the apps and understand their use. I did recently do a live project in which I did well. So, Zephy Shildre. So yes, would love to help you out and groom you and build you. So we'll keep connecting. I have one. Ronald, I don't know if you answered to one of the questions, but you said I have one. Ravi Singh, I have 8 years of experience in manual testing, but want to move to automation test. So team, for those of you thinking, where am I reading from that? It's the question and answer that is not visible to you. I have 8+ years of experience in manual testing, but want to move to automation testing. If I show 2 years of experience, what do you mean show? After doing this training, oh, actually, you know what? I asked you to show. My fault. I take back my words. I told them, if you do 2 months of project with us, it's equivalent to 2 years of live project experience. After doing this training in the live project by you, will companies hire me? So guys, I'm taking the names. Good that you're not in the classroom. Good that, I can still be critical. Guys, please correct your English. Your upper cases, lower cases, spacings, commas, your sentence formations. As a QA engineer, that's fundamentally number one rule. You cannot make grammatical errors. You cannot make communication errors. Okay. But I got your point, Ravi. So how can we get a test engineer job with 10 years experience? Why not? I have friends who have just been coding. I have been in the industry for 18 years. I'm a computer science grad, have excelled in my career when I started as a software engineer. I did extremely well before I moved into sales, account management and so on. And then finally into software testing as a training practice. So it doesn't matter to me if you're over experienced. If you have the right skill, that's important. If you have the right attitude, that's important. Are you providing placement in USA? Yes. Tanvi Patel? Yes, absolutely yes. Is there will be any fake resume? Absolutely no. It will be you, all you. We will build you, we will groom you, we will showcase you and your skill. And we will mention them that these are the projects that you work. There will be some practice projects that you have not really participated as a real time, and there will be real time projects. Together, it should showcase your ability and skill. That is what I look when I hire people. So that's what I want. I want people who are committed, dedicated, sincere, and skilled in there. That goes beyond the degrees and certifications. So if I pick a course example, just Selenium only, is that going to be video only? So videos are a base thing. So while I teach, like for example, today's session, we record it as a video and we put it up for you to go back, review and practice and so on. So videos are a base. It will come with every package. And then live, you can upgrade to attending a live training and you can upgrade to attending a live project. And this is an additional upgrade to get the placements going. For folks who are already working on Anyot, is the pricing same? Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention, for the people who are already are members, what you should do is very simple maths. From the $1,250, deduct whatever you've already paid. Whatever you've already paid, and maybe we'll have a special pricing for already existing members, and that's going to be amount. Okay, or you may just have to pay for the job placement instance. That'll be a different package, but I will not place everyone. I will place people who I have trained, who I have built up personally along with you. And when I go about this journey of building, I am learning so much myself. Is there too much resound, team, when I'm talking? Kind of stepped out into a corridor in Madhapur, high-tech city of Hyderabad. So I hope it's not too. If I pick Selenium only, do you have a live course as well, Ron? Yes. So right now, what I want to do is I want to focus on training people on Neon, which is the kind of a master framework on Selenium. So that's what I want to build up. So it'll start with Selenium basics, core Java basics, everything basic level for an absolute beginner, and we'll go advanced from there. Team, one quick second. Is my voice okay for everyone? I have about a few more questions. I'm going to quickly take those. So Jeff, yeah, I'm sorry, the voice maybe I've cut out a little bit. How to decide which tool is better, Ruby, Cucumber or Selenium? There are many tools, guys, in the market. So the master is Selenium in the market today. So I'm going to make you an amazing automation expert at Selenium, and any upgrade, be it to Cucumber or Ruby, will be another 20% of effort from you. Hi Karthik, are there any hardware and software requirements for this course? Rekha Ganesh, there will be, but we will give you a guided tour as to what you require. All you require is a PC or a Mac, and you're all set. We'll go from there. When you plan to start the training? The training is started. It's already started. I've completed the first batch with Anyot. We already have about 9 or 10 NEOT certified developers and testers, and we are trying to build to that portfolio. Does this course cover Selenium QTP loader? It'll cover everything, Gautami. It'll cover everything that is there in IT Learn. You have an unlimited access to IT Learn's programs along with the placement for what you see out here. Kai Karthik, once you place job through your industry after project finished, will you place again? Why not? As long as uh, uh, see, money is one of the big drivers, team. But what I learned over a period of time is, very honestly, team, for all of you, I've made a lot of money on training. I've made a lot of fortune on training. It's not a small amount that I've done. It's into millions of dollars. I've done that, and then the need for me started with a $2,000 on a side apart from a regular working job in 2009, 2008. That's what I wanted. And today, not today, but maybe about 5, 6 years earlier, I realized that, okay, now I got the money. What do I do? It's passion that drives. So as the passion, I will continue to support you, continue to put you into projects and move you from, if needed, from one project to the other and keep positioning you in your career. It's going to be an ongoing activity. So both my passion and the commercial aspect will make sense for helping you to continue into different projects. What about visa? If I'm dependent visa, the visa, H1 sponsoring, those things I don't want to get into deep. I will not promise that. I will try, but I cannot promise anything on that. All I'm trying to look at is people who have working visa and get them very quickly equipped and prepared for the jobs. Is there an option for my payment plan? Yes, I'll come back for the tab. How can I practice? Are you going to give us VM access? Anthony, what we will do is we will instruct and guide you as to how you can do it, the practice and preparation at your end itself. Would there be any face-to-face classroom sessions as well in the US? I live in Los Angeles, team, and I also visit Hyderabad very often, at least 3, 4 times every year, and I spend about 3 to 4 months in India. And the remaining 9 to 9 months and so on, I spend in US in Los Angeles. So if some of you are local, I wouldn't mind to have you in front of me and guide you from there. Premium, I'm a premium member of UFT and Selenium. How much I have to pay for this course? Suranjit Biswas, I will have a separate email sent. So what, like I said, from the 1250, just deduct what is remaining or what you paid, and that will be your fee. What will the timings of the live sessions EDTRs? Typically, team, most of our live sessions are start from 5:30 p.m. Pacific, which is 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and go up to 7:30, 8 p.m. Pacific, which is about 10:30, 11 p.m. Eastern. That is the typical times when we have live sessions. Will those tools be available for us to practice after the completion of the course? Is there any license issue? So most of the tools that we use, except for HP, ALM, UFT, or JIRA, Bugzilla, except for those, are open source technologies, so it should be good. So team, I've come to the end of the Q&A as well. Any further questions, would love to take them, but maybe offline, and we'll guide you from there on. I hope you enjoyed the session. You got what you were looking at as to the whole program, the whole thing, and I've got the session recorded. We'll put it on YouTube and share it with everyone. All right. So I'll take a couple of last questions and then we'll go forward. Where I can find the payment link. So we will get you the payment link sent by email to all the registrants, and you can take that. Zephy, I greatly appreciate your time with this webinar tonight. However, I think it will be best from a financial aspect for me to learn from other options you may have on IT Learn for HP, QTP, LM, and Selenium. I've had the opportunity to watch a couple of your videos which were very intuitive and easy to understand. Sure, absolutely. And I'm not pushing for something that you should take this. I'm just saying that this is a new program which is very laser focused. So that way we have very clear agenda. That's fine. Team, start your journey, be it with IT Learn or any other training. And I wish you all the very best in your career, in your aspirations for a better fulfillment for your professional and personal lives. And always reach back to us. Be here. We're a very friendly organization. Would love to help you grow. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a very blessed day. And we'll see you later in the next session. Thank you all. Bye now. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Bye.